Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Natural One, where a bunch of us dudes sip on some drinks and we roll some dice. My name's Eric Sheeber, frequently known as Sheeb, and I'll be your game master for the evening. Let's go ahead, go around, do some intros.
All right, Sheeb. I am Chris. I am playing Frederick Fiddlefig, the cleric, and tonight I am drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, but I'm not made of money, so for my second round, I have Food Lion Diet Cola.
Ooh. Ooh. What?
Oh, really hit
What?
it, brother.
Which one do you like more?
I mean, obviously, there's a sophistication that comes with the doctor, but...
That's fair. Before we move on to the next one, I forgot to mention I am drinking water. Good old H2O.
What a relief.
So I just wanted to make sure everybody out there, here's my drink.
Larping down water. Good old
Water.
H2O.
H2O. All right.
Well, to continue this chaos, I'm Matt. I am Galrock Frostwind. Galrock Frostwind. I forgot my last name there for a second. I am your warlock. Again, I'm the guy they always call last moment. And I am currently drinking some smeared off ice in a can. Fancy.
How do they get the ice in the can?
Well, I currently have my mouth full, but I'm Jack. I play Jeremiah.
So unprofessional.
And play with them feet.
Hey, you know what? It's because I am made of money. So, anyway, I'm drinking Coke, just not this second.
That's all you had to say, Jack?
It's about all I have to say.
What a time to be alive, boy. What's my name? I am Big Wheeze, colloquially known as Wheeze to my friends. Playing Atlantes this evening. Winter-touched human, sailor, warlock, sipping on to wear their bones across my shoulders.
Can we see the
The
can?
name of this one. Here's the can. Here's the glass. Theme going.
Man, I wish I could be half as cool as Wheeze thinks he is.
One day, pal.
One day.
I'm just kidding. He really is cool.
Before we get started, special thanks Adrian Von Ziegler for letting us use his music, Moose for doing all the overlays. You can find them on social media. And for everyone watching on Twitch, thanks for being here. Please check out the YouTube. And if you're watching on the YouTube, hit us up on Twitch. Check out the description. Join us, all the stuff. We're going to recap last session, so if you're afraid of spoilers, go back and listen to the other stuff. And you'll be caught up, because that's how that works. Previously on Natural One, the party emerged from within the belly of the weathered sea snout to the chaotic clash of a mutiny. The battle was already underway, and the deck had seemingly been divided into two battling factions, though who had the moral high ground was unclear. While trying to find a suitable position to watch the mutiny unfold and wait for the opportune moment to enter the fray, the party was discovered and engaged upon. They were forced to enter the battle. Bright flashes and thunderous sounds of spells flew about. Arrows and bolts whizzed through the air, some finding purchase in the sides of the boat, some drawing blood, and others flying off to be lost in the sea. Some assailants, whether friend or foe, were tossed overboard, lost to the depths. The party fought their way to the helm of the ship. Finally, the battle came to a natural end. The captain, now outnumbered, fell to his knees, but Galrock showed him no mercy and slit his throat. I believe you slit his throat.
Yeah.
The unknown rival on the ship searched Captain Jensen's body, then cursed in anger and spoke about how the Horn of the Deep was not there. In anger, he gifted the boat to the party, claiming he had nothing to do with it, and then went down into the belly of the boat. In that moment,
Gifts are the best.
yeah, in that moment, Atlantes took his seemingly rightful place at the helm.
I'm just gonna call him Sand. This is one heck of a gift.
The session picks up where we leave off there, with the group sailing towards Novenshire on their newly captured boat, the Weathered Sea Snout. The wind in your air, the smell of salt, Atlantes. What be ye doing while ye sail?
Smell that, boys. Do ye smell it?
It wasn't me. I didn't do that.
And far too long.
Who's been farting long?
Oh god.
I just confidently am ignoring Frederick with a big grin on my face. The helm.
Could I get a knowledge recall local check thing?
Society?
Society.
Oh.
Geography.
Jeremiah's all about schmoozing with society. 26, baby.
Knowledge.
I, on the other hand, do not know much about society. I prefer a good conversation with a shrub.
Let me make sure this is what I need.
Why do I travel with you people?
Do you have a choice? You were asleep. You didn't pick where we went.
It's true, lad. You're damn near coerced.
Coerced? You mean dragged? Yeah, you're right.
So Galrock and Atlantes and Jeremiah, you know from previous interactions with maps that you probably have maybe 3 more days before you all reach Novenshire. So you have a little bit of time to kill on the Weathered Sea Snout.
Now to overlook my boat. First thing first, I need to go to the captain's quarters to look for the shipping log that's currently, or it should be within the there. Wow, I can English today. Yeah, I'm just going to the captain's quarters to search for his shipping logs.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Ooh. Go. There it is. 16. I've got 3 days to look for it, man.
16.
You have a while.
Yeah, I've got 3 days to look for it. I'm
Yeah, that's true.
going to scour that captain's quarters for
Sure.
any information on our current cargo, as well as people of interest and people to sell to.
Sure. Yeah, and you eventually find a ledger with all that information. Basically, your cargo is just like some goods and some supplies that Novenshire requested. Just a little restock.
Some goods
Nothing.
and some bads.
Yeah, some goods and some bads. Nothing you would consider out of the ordinary or unique. You find a list of clients, plenty of people that you could reach out to in Novenshire if you wanted to. Yeah, I mean, you would guess the hall will be a decent amount, but just kind of perusing, you realize that Captain Jensen and the crew were heading back to Novenshire anyway, so they kind of just took up a cargo run because they were already headed that direction, just to make a little extra coin.
Yep. Well, a little extra coin for them is now a little extra coin for me. So that's what I'm going to spend my days doing.
Okay.
Perusing and making plans.
What was the name of the victor? The guy who kind of coup d'etat?
You
It was Galrock.
You have not learned his
Sorry.
name yet.
Okay, I would want to find that out and have a conversation with him.
Everything just go all wonky for you, Eric?
Nope. Still
Let's
working.
see. Dexter's joined.
As long as Dex doesn't turn on his webcam, everything will be okay. Sorry, what would you say? You have not learned his name yet. So you know he won. He's down in the belly of the boat in his rooms, but you haven't learned his name.
So that's one thing I would want to do is learn more about him, kind of talk to him a little bit, find a little bit more about the Horn of the Deep. Or, yeah, that's what it was called.
Sure.
Just see if I've seen it around, if I can give him some help.
Okay. So you go down into the belly. You walk into kind of, I guess, the galley. Everyone's just kind of having a drink, and you find Merrick sitting at a table, looking intently into his drink. He seems to be drawing something on the table with his finger.
Hello, good sir.
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but thank you for helping us.
My name is Frederick Fiddlefig, and my friends such as you can call me Frederick. I would like to thank you on behalf of my compatriots for the vessel that you have provided for us. And also, I wanted to see if I could be of some assistance. I heard you speak of the Horn of the Deep.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it. I might have seen it. I might have some knowledge.
I mean, it's a, it's
A horn, perhaps?
a horn, we were just told to find it. It's not here. It's somewhere else, I guess.
If I hear anything, I'll let you know. In the meantime, we've got about 3 days to where we're headed. I think my knowledge check was horrible. It could be 14 days for all I know, or we might be there in the hour. Regardless, we have some time where we all are occupants of this same space. So, if there's anything I can do to be a courteous neighbor, please let me know. And watch out for Galrock.
Which one's Galrock?
You'll sense him when he's around.
Why is he of a concern? Give me a perception check while you respond.
Oh, you said give me a perception check in the voice, just like you were responding to, like I said.
That's just my new natural voice.
Skill check, so I don't know. What am I perceiving? Perception of 16.
As he's chatting, he's still just looking down, kind of drawing on the table, and you notice he's not actually drawing anything. Like, he's going through the motions, but there's no picture on the table. He's just tracing something with his finger.
So I guess I would finish by saying, well, you saw Galrock and the throat slitting that happened upstairs. Just make sure that you're not the next throat. Because I am still unhappy with Galrock pushing through me upstairs and slitting the throat. I think that was a little much, so I'm just gonna...
He didn't kill the captain.
What?
Is that like the king is dead, long live the king?
Sure.
He didn't kill the captain, he killed the old captain?
Yeah.
That's
Man,
just,
Atlantis is
that's just
ship.
what I say.
Does he make a habit of turning on those who help him?
I've not known him long enough. He slept most of the time I've known him. So some sort of spell or demon.
Some sort of demon. He brought the demon on our boat.
Possibly.
Superstitions. The horn, said to open up a pocket space in the water. We were contracted to obtain it. It's not for me. But it said some sort of treasures lay in the depths, and the horn allows one's access to it. How you blow a
Sounds
horn
magnificent.
underwater is beyond me.
Me as well. All right, good sir. We'll continue this conversation at another time. I must rummage since there's all of this space on this ship.
Rummage
Just go off
freely.
and rummage.
Enjoy. Atlantes, you're sailing, I imagine.
So Atlantes, it's increasingly difficult to get Atlantes' attention right now, because he's just so enraptured by this idea that he's finally back on a boat and back out on the seas. So he's got grog in hand, another hand on the on the wheel, and he's just like randomly calling out schools of fish whenever we see some. So he's just every once in a while the crew will hear like a school of krill off the port side, just for no reason. Like, he's not talking to anybody. He just wants you to know there's krill. He saw a snapper earlier. He swears there was a swordfish at some point, but no one's listening. But he's just experiencing this bliss that he hasn't experienced many moons. So he's really not engaging with anybody. Folks have approached him occasionally to get the update, and he's just like looks past them with this cheeky grin on his face. He's hard to get through to right now.
I imagine Kobold goes and looks at everything you call out, and when you're not calling out anything, he's just up in the crow's nest, watching around.
Imagine the same.
Like, fully engaged with everything you're doing, even though you are not paying attention to him at all.
He's also been handing me like various tonics and fungi.
All right.
I've just been taken, not even thinking about it.
Definitely.
So you're tripping. Well,
I mean, maybe I could be.
pretty high chance if you're eating everything that Kobold's handing you.
Jeremiah, what are you doing to pass
So
the time?
Jeremiah has taken the opportunity to be above deck, and he's loosened up a little bit. He's stripped off his shirt, and he's been practicing his swordplay on the deck with lunges. He was a little unhappy with how his hammer throws went, and so he's been practicing. He's set up a target, and he's been throwing a hatchet at the target, and he's also, he does it all with panache. So he has a 16 for performance, just to be noticed as he's doing this stuff. Although occasionally he'll mutter to himself or make some comment when school of perch, like he'll note, kind of mutter, that's probably why he lost his last. But yeah, he's just kind of he's out in the open to be admired by whoever is around.
I'm sure.
He's going through forms.
I'm sure Kobold every once in a while with comments. I'm sure he throws out a comment here and there. Atlantes, please give me a sailing check.
I'd love to. 20.
You make good time. Use the wind to your advantage.
Oh yeah.
Sail swiftly across the relatively calm seas. and you feel like you're making good progress in Novenshire. On after a few days, you would guess we're on the third day. The man who gifted you the ship approaches you while you're at the helm, and he kind of just stands next to you. Doesn't take the helm from you or anything. Just stands next to you and just kind of looks out at the boat at the sea and says, "I think I may have acted a little too rashly a couple days ago. I was stricken by anger, and I apologize if I was a little too gruff. I'm not going to be taking back the boat. That's a gift, and it'd be wrong for me to take it. But, perhaps there's more that I can do." He kind of reaches into his coat and pulls out a handful of something and says, "My crew, we've taken all that we want." And he hands out a handful of rune stones and says, "Here's some extras. We've taken all we want. You can have these. You and your crew split them about, and then there should be enough on the ship and in the merchant's contract to pay for someone in Novenshire to help attach them to your weapons. Unfortunately, none of our men can, but hopefully it'll help you out. You deserve it as much as you guys did."
Atlantes, his grin fades from his face, and he looks at him down and back up and says,
Take the stones. Take the stones, lad. They're yours.
He stones and puts it in my pocket and just looks back out at the water. Leave me be.
So these blank rune stones, or
they are in Atlantis' pocket.
Off with you, lad.
Yeah, he just kind of laughs and turns and walks away. After,
Poor bastard.
I guess
Losing his damn mind.
everyone could do a perception check to see if they noticed the conversation or if they were too enraptured in their times.
Duties?
Less duty and more just like whatever they were doing.
Oh, Jeremiah was doing.
Jeremiah, you definitely noticed the conversation. You notice an exchange
mainly
of
because they weren't looking at me.
yeah. They
But what is so interesting that you're just not looking?
you clearly see an exchange of something physical with the exchange in the hands, but what it was, I mean, you're too far away to notice. You're too far away to see what it was, but you've definitely noticed something happen.
He sold us out. No, wait. He didn't have us to begin. That's all.
Okay. So after about another 6 hours of sailing, Atlantes, from your perch at the helm, and Jeremiah from where you are as well, and I guess Galrock's walking around, you all see on the horizon land and some city buildings rising up. And you know Novenshire is close. You would guess another 30 minutes and you'll be there. Maybe an hour.
You did good, lad. You didn't get us lost for a change.
Lantes looks at Galrock up and down and back up and says,
All right, Atlantes, I would like another sailing check when you're ready to dock the boat.
Prepare for docking. Jeremiah
I'm so sorry.
16.
I was distracted by thinking about the runestone. Sorry, what's happening?
I said prepare for docking, lad.
Prepare for crashing.
16.
What does that entail?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That entails us stopping the boat and getting on land.
But what does preparation for that entail?
Oh, you'll soon find out, me boy. And ho!
I go down.
Full speed ahead toward that dock.
Where I go down and alert everybody to get their asses up on deck and prepare for landing.
Everyone downstairs slams their drinks down. They all run upstairs, up on the deck.
16 ain't bad.
All
right.
Yeah, 16's not a bad roll, and with the help of the crew, I mean, they're able to help you get the sails up quickly, help you navigate in, throw some ropes out. You dock safely with the help of everybody. Especially since half the people on the deck are experienced deckhands, so they're very helpful at docking. The guy who gives you the boat kind of looks at you one last time and says, "Hey, be careful out there. The world's something."
It is definitely something. All right, off with you. I got people to talk to.
Lante says, "Ah,
Yeah.
ah."
His camera froze.
Yeah, I did. It froze at a really good moment too. The man just kind of looks at you. This guy gets it, and then just turns and walks off the boat. His crew's already gone. They've taken everything they want, so you are now at Novenshire.
All right. I'm going to take my shipping manifest, go down to the ow. Oh, it was all in my head. I'm dead. I'm done.
Alric has gone back to sleep.
Yep.
And, we're gonna have to load him up on the barrow, and
I'm gonna go speak to the harbor master, pay all of our shipping, or our docking fees, and start getting in touch with those that are in the shipping log for delivery, and tell them to come get their shit and pay us.
All right. That's gonna take a few hours, probably.
Yeah,
Good course of time.
I'll be busy.
Good course of time. What's everyone else doing?
Well, let's see.
Or what would everyone else like to do, I guess?
What do we, okay. There's like two different things. First of all, I know Jeremiah's been interested in trying to find a druid to maybe make that tusk, like reshape it into like a sword type thing, like an electric striking weapon or something like that. Also, we're technically supposed to be finding, I'm trying to find his name, one second. Find Sorgen. We're supposed to be finding Sorgen. So I'd like to do a society check to see if I can find if anybody knows anything about anybody named Sorgen who might be associated with the Vinthera.
Okay. Perception.
I mean, it seems like it would seem like if it's a really obvious thing, then it should be an easy check. But if it's just like some random guy named Sorgen, then I'm assuming I'll fail. But it would probably be a society check if I'm trying to gather information about.
Cool. Yeah, do a society check then.
That's a 19. Oh, that's the Pack Mule Society. My bad. Let me go back to Jeremiah's. Let's see. His society, watch it be way worse. His society, 24.
24. as you ask around, I mean, you're walking around town because you're also looking for a druid. You definitely easily find a druid to have a conversation with. There's a whole, there's temples to every god here. It's a huge city, so easily find one for nature. So that's that avenue there. For Sorgen, you ask around and you find some people who have heard the name of Sorgen, but where he is or where he typically hangs out is unknown.
Was I able to gather any features of Sorgen from my asking? Like, is he a human? Is he a performer? Like, is he a deity? Like, did I gather any information about that?
Not really. I mean, you kind of get by their conversation, like he's not a deity. He's definitely just like a person.
Gotcha. But he's well enough known that some people might know who he is. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So not like my cousin's brother's second uncle was Sorgen, named Sorgen or something like that.
No, more like, he's frequented this bar before, but hasn't been seen in a while. Okay. Or he gifted my family a new sword whenever we were in trouble or whatever. I don't know why you gift a sword when you're in trouble, but like well enough known that people have what you gather to be like realistic stories that Sorgen does exist and he is in the city.
A public figure of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he does want to find out about the thing that whatchamacallit was given. By whatchamacallit, I mean Atlantis. So Jeremiah does approach Atlantis and ask about the conversation. What was the other guy's name? Erican or something like that?
Merrick.
What asked?
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Tech difficulties. We're back. To answer your question, you have rune stones. They already have runes on them, so they are already engraved. You can do a knowledge check if you would like to figure out what they are. We'll do knowledge arcana.
Knowledge arcana.
Okay, and you can have someone engrave them into armor or weapons depending on what it does. Someone can engrave it into that.
I am not up on arcana. I did a knowledge 5.
5 of them have a symbol that you recognize, but you can't really remember what it means. But you've definitely seen a symbol on half of them before, but the other half are unknown to you.
So are there 10 in total?
There's 10 in total.
Cool. So 5 with one symbol and 5 with another symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. So his arcana knowledge is not very good. But he might have seen these through society. Could he try a harder society DC?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Okay. We'll give it a go. His society check is 19. I don't know if that would be enough.
I won't tell you outright, but I'll give you clues and maybe you can piece it together. You definitely saw it on your hunt for the Jokal. You came across this ruin.
Was it on Malash's shortbow?
Yes, it was on Malash's shortbow. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you definitely recognize that you put it together on Malash's shortbow. You may not remember exactly what it does, but you at least know where to reference it.
Okay.
And Frederick now wields it.
Would probably deal with it, right?
Yeah, there's like rune forgers.
Cool.
Yep. Does anybody else do a knowledge arcana? Do you show them to anyone else, or are you just walking around with 10 runestones?
So is everybody like next to? So what's his name? Galrock kind of went off and is doing his thing with the whatchamacallit. Frederick, are you around?
Yeah, I'm around.
I'm gonna bring them over to you and see if maybe you recognize, because I remember that they're on the short bow, so I'm gonna show them to you and say to see if you recognize them, or the ones that I don't recognize.
My knowledge arcana was 7, so
Well, these are pretty runes.
Yep. Neither of you know.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Give me a perception check while you do this.
Okay.
Also, while you do that, Alante's, what are you up to?
Lante's thing off the boat was really just interested in finding where, quote unquote, the real sailors drink.
Okay.
And, so he would like to approach some locals and ask the question, where do the real sailors drink? But when they ask for clarification of what a real sailor is, he doesn't give them any further context. Really just would like to find where the real sailors are drinking.
Okay. Give me a knowledge society check.
Are you sure that wouldn't be knowledge sailing?
Sailing.
I am gonna go with society. After a few awkward interactions, someone says, the real sailors, they're, there's a dock house. They get together in there, they play their games, and they have some drinks in there.
You're a true matey. Slaps him on the back and makes for the dock house.
Okay. It's just like this little, it almost looks like just like an old abandoned like watch point, like a little watch turret of wood, like you would see like on just like a wooden wall, just like there, where you would guess like maybe someone used to do paperwork, or maybe someone used to watch the tides to make sure everything was safe. Perception
Music to Atlante's ears.
As you head that way, Frederick and Jeremiah, you see Galrock on the boardwalk, kind of ordering some people around, directing people to different carts, and kind of making an organized evacuation of the ship. Unloading? Evacuation? We're going to go with evacuation. Okay.
Is he here?
What?
Who sees me?
Frederick and Jeremiah.
Oh.
Apparently, we are trading magnates now.
For a short while. While we
For a short
while
while.
the profit to be made.
Yeah.
Profit.
Atlante, as you go into the dock house, and you see 6 rather gruff looking, you would say they're just deckhands, not like on a boat, but like here on the deck, they just maintain order, maintain the boardwalk. One might be a supervisor based on how he's holding himself, but they're all very gruff looking. All my words are great.
Does Atlantes immediately notice any sources of alcohol?
Oh yeah, so they're sitting around a table, they're playing some sort of card game, and they all have alcohol. There's bottles of wine, some ports opened, and they're definitely having a jolly time. And as you I was gonna say, as you stand in the doorway, they just kind of look up at you.
All the alcohol is on the table, just to be clear.
There's some on the table. There's some like still corked, like on the floor. Yeah.
Okay. Atlantes grimaces at these 6 or so men, just confused, and mutters under his own breath, "These are not sailors," and locates a bottle of anything just within reach and just slowly reaches to grab it and then back his way back out of the dock.
Okay.
Disgusted at the weak display of fake sailors that he has just encountered.
Okay. As you reach for one of the bottles, the guy who looks like he's in charge, a little older, little meaner looking, kind of says, "Whoa, we don't give it out for free. You may play for it if you wish, but you you can't take.
Elante like stops mid-reach, looks at him, and then continues to very slowly reach for the bottle.
At that point, he kind of stands up and puffs himself up a little bit. He says, "Listen, lad, I don't know where you came from, but you won't be taking that."
Fine. What is your game?
Free man's fool.
Child's play. I'm in.
Huh. He pulls a chair up without saying a word. 2 silver, and if you win, you can have the bottle.
Lantes once again, perhaps with much bravado, pulls out 4 silver. It slams it on the table. It says, "Double or nothing."
Why didn't you just buy the bottle?
All right, they hand out the cards. You may give me a gambling check, I guess.
No, it's lore games.
Lore games. Sorry, games check.
Yeah, man.
But I already have a craps check. Is
Oh.
this game anywhere near craps?
No. No.
Lore games, huh?
Lore games. That craps check is solid. For those in chat and watching, 31 is what he rolled for his craps
31.
check.
I mean, I'm legendary in craps.
Yeah, this is not craps though. You think they're just in the back spinning a wheel and throwing some? Wait,
Look,
that's
I
not
guess-
craps. Craps is the dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I just make a lore check here.
Yeah. What'd you get?
18.
I'm rolling for them. The game goes back and forth. Cards are being put down. People are smacking the table, whatever that means. You're trying to keep up. People are just taking swigs. There's shouts. There's cheers. And after what you guess, maybe 5 vigorous minutes, you, of one hand,
Interesting way of saying it.
5 vigorous minutes. Dude, five minutes is a lot whenever it's all happening.
A lot of vigorous activity.
You walk away with the cards and the bottles of wine. Well, you walk away with the winning hand. They keep their cards, but you walk away
It's
with
the card.
with the 2 bottles of wine, and they're just shaking their head at you.
I walk to the door. I turn back to them and I say, "GG," and then go. And I leave to find the rest of the party.
Okay.
Oh, good God.
Okay. You find the rest. You find the rest of the party. They're hanging out at the boat. Jeremiah has done some investigation. Galrock, at this time, you're kind of done unloading the cargo. You make a total after you pay your dues and the ship and for the docking cost. You walk away with 150 gold,
Wow.
which split up is pretty solid.
Well, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm splitting it with the crew that was originally on the ship.
They're gone.
They're,
Okay, well,
They're
hell with
gone. And they said whatever's left you can have. Like it's
fair enough.
they
So
don't-
how much was it?
150.
Jeremiah is exceedingly disappointed that he missed an opportunity to gamble when he discovers that what's his name has gotten a win.
Does Alantes explain it? Do you call him out on the wine when he's approaching?
I mean, yes, I asked where he got the watch. Gamba.
Wouldn't you like to know, lad?
Yes. Yes, I would. Thank you.
Sorry, that was so funny. Wouldn't you like to know? Yes. It was so good, man. Sorry, it was so good. I'll back up.
Lantes looks Jeremiah up and down and says, and walks away.
Jeremiah sighs. Hey, Galrock. Put your eyes on these and see if you recognize what these are. And he pulls up the you're not really into arcane, but you kind of, these might be occult. I don't know. Take a look at these and see if you can figure out what they stand for.
Okay.
And he pulls out the runes. The runes.
What do you want me to roll, Eric?
Arcana.
Huh?
Arcana.
Arcana? That's whatever a D20 is going to give me.
Give it a whirl.
Let's see.
9.
Don't you have occultism? Maybe you could do like occultism with a hard.
Oh yeah, I'm great in occultism.
You give an occultism roll, I'll make it a higher DC.
Okay.
All right, I didn't mean to backseat GM. I just.
No, you're fine. Doesn't bother me any.
It's an option.
About a 25.
25. You recognize them. The one you recognize immediately as the Sash rune, which is the potency rune. So +1 to attack. There's 5 of those. And then
there's also 5 of us. What a coincidence.
Coincidence.
Sorry.
And then you find the other ones you know as the tool rune.
Okay.
And these are striking runes. So on a weapon, we'll add 1 more attack die.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Knowing this, I'm gonna.
Where did you get?
You're not gonna believe it.
I'm pretty sure I will. Knowing this crew.
Atlantis had them in his pocket. All of them.
I'd believe it. I would honestly believe it.
With that, I'm gonna hand over 1 of each to Atlantis and Frederick or not Atlantis yet. I'll catch up to him later. To Galrock and Frederick and Cobalt, and basically everybody except for Atlantis. But I will come. So I come back to Atlantis last and say, "Hey, you should have 1 of these for your weapon." And I hand him 1 of each.
Atlantis.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Atlantis. Okay.
Atlantis looks Jeremiah up and down, looks at the stones and says, okay, and takes the stones.
What time is it in the afternoon?
4 or 5.
Like, do we have time to try to go find somebody to put them on the weapons, or?
You probably do it. Probably another day.
Okay. Well, in that case, Jeremiah is going to attempt to see if he can get another letter to lock into place on his thingy with a 14 thievery skill, which does not appear to be very high.
You do not. There's too many watchful eyes looking at you as you're fiddling with it, and it makes you uncomfortable. You're used to doing it in the shadows of your own tent, so fiddling with your contraption out in the open is unknown territory for you.
I realize that people have caught on to the fact that I have something like that, so that's why I'm just getting it done. Man, you guys
I don't know what getting it done means.
Well, in this case,
you just twisted it really hard. Yeah, I don't. Sorry, that line. I didn't know what that line meant.
You know about getting it done.
No, I don't.
You know all about getting it done, man.
I really don't. So
there's a point where it's not done, and then you get it done.
Galrock, you hand out the money, right? What's 150 divided by 5? 30.
Oh no, they ain't getting all 30. Of that.
Oh,
I did the footwork.
That's true. Divide it up, and then
yeah, but I gave you a rune, so 2 runes, as a matter of fact.
We don't know how much Galrock made.
Practically
That's true.
speaking, I don't even know how much we have because I'm not sure how we.
They
followed,
each
like-
getting 23 gold. I'll
Great.
hold on to Atlantis's. God knows what he's going to do with it.
You should probably also hold on to kobolds.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Lantes doesn't even notice that you're distributing gold right now because he's already half a bottle deep into whatever in the world he grabbed from those deckhands.
Moving to sleep if we want. We can pass time.
Yeah.
Lantes will be sleeping either way, so
Yeah. You can sleep on the boat, or you can find somewhere in town to sleep. I mean, whichever one you
I'll
got.
be on the boat.
I'm in my captain's quarters, relaxing.
And I would like a nice meal for my dinner.
You have plenty of money, my friend.
What's at?
Is Frederick less pissed at me?
I mean, you handed me 23 gold, so that helps a little bit. That's why I thought it was just murder for murder's sake.
Were we gonna try to sell the ship?
You're gonna have to talk to that guy. And on my screen, that is Atlantes.
Lantes is where he thinks the captain's quarters is, which is actually just
The galley.
at the helm,
I was gonna say it's just like
out
all
on the deck,
Yeah,
laying there with bottle support.
that's beautiful.
Are you approaching him to have a conversation, Jeremiah?
Atlantis?
Trying to sell the ship.
Oh, well, I don't think that would go off very well. Maybe we can.
He
We're gonna have
has.
to leave the ship eventually.
He's had a lot to drink.
I was gonna say it's either better or worse now that he's been drinking heavily.
You know what? I am, and here's the gambit I'm gonna take. I'm
Take
going
it.
to try to remind him that though the ship is beautiful, his own ship is out there somewhere,
Ooh.
and can't we? You know, this is just a temporary substitute. We do, you know, we need to continue the search.
All right.
That's the gambit I'm going to try to convince him of.
Are you
All right.
saying this to me live right now?
Yeah, I'm not good at putting it into words, but that's the general gist of what I'm trying to convince you of. That it will be tomorrow. It'll be time to let this ship go, so that we can resume the search for yours.
So Atlantes is just like laying flat on his back on the deck, and I imagine that Jeremiah is like standing over him, like looking down
Sure. Yeah.
over me while I'm just like laid out flat, looking at the stars. Atlantes like sits up, looking at Jeremiah, looks him up and down, back up again. And he says nothing. And then he
He
looks
says-
at his bottle of port.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah can see that Atlantes is fighting back tears. And Atlantes tries to utter a word and he just can't. And then he just starts weeping.
Oh, man.
Crying. He says, "Oh, me boy. Any boat is out there. You're right. Do what's best for the party. Promise me you'll help me find me boat."
Jeremiah clasps his hand in like a one person's grasp on the other person's forearm. Says, I promise I'll help you find your boat.
I might also notice that since 10 minutes ago, between then and now, there's at least an entire bottle's worth of port gone between the two bottles. Somehow Atlantes has consumed much more in the last 10 minutes than Jeremiah might have realized.
Jeremiah's encouraged, but he leaves wondering if Atlantis is even going to remember the conversation in the morning.
Oh, if Atlantes was rolling for continents right now, it would be a natural one. So just with that in mind, Atlantes looks Jeremiah in the eye and says, "Thank ye, my boy," and polishes off the last of the port, and then just hits the deck and goes to sleep.
Princess Bride moment.
Okay.
Eventually.
Well, Jeremiah's conscience is clear, but Galrock seems to be the person who has the contacts. So Jeremiah intends to bring it up with Galrock tomorrow.
Oi! What be ye here, lad? Frederick, you are greeted with that as you walk into an inn for your stay. Oi!
Good evening. What was that? Sorry.
Oh, I'm digging it. You go with that.
I would like to have a fine meal.
Oh, we got fine
And a nice
meals.
bread.
Oh, we can give you a fine meal. Yeah, we got them. What are you in for? What do you like? Tell me about yourself, and we'll make something. You don't order here at this
The
place.
old big sticker.
Yeah, at the Hunting Barrel. The Hunting Barrel. We make your food. You tell us what you're into, and we custom create the meal for you. Half a silver, half a penny.
Let's see. I do like some fish. I like some vegetables. Maybe a potato or a beet or a root. Some type of broth. Oh, and I want you to spice it up good.
I meant what ye like to do in life, but we
Well,
have
right
all
now
those
I'd like to
ingredients. Oh, we'll get a meal right your way. Half a silver, half a penny, and we'll get a drink in there for you.
How about I give you a whole silver, and you don't have to ask me personal questions.
Little unconventional around here, but hey, I'm not gonna pass up the money.
You know what? Make it 2 silver, and I'd like to talk to that barmaid.
I thought you were going to say, and I'll ask you personal questions.
Her? You want to talk to that barmaid?
Yeah, the good-looking one.
Oh, I'll pass the word. I didn't seem like your type, but hey, your money. I'll pass the word. See if she'll come talk to you.
Splendid.
He takes your money. Goes into the back to start making the stew, and he walks over to the lovely half orc and has a quick word to her, and she comes over and introduces herself.
Eating on Shalil.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can do a female half orc voice.
Yeah, you got it.
You hear this?
I don't think I can. I can't even do a female voice.
Just sound like a smoker.
I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. Hi, you asked to speak to me?
Yes, you did.
Oh my
catch my
god,
eye.
that's all I got. That's all I got, guys. Woo, woo. All right, we can paraphrase this conversation because that's all I've got.
Okay, that's fine. Basically,
Oh, I felt like I was gonna vomit in my throat by doing that voice.
I would just ask typical questions like, how long you been here? What do you enjoy? Do you prefer sunrises or sunsets?
Year and a half. Enjoys bar fights and sunsets.
Like seeing bar fights or participating in bar fights?
Yeah, that's a good follow-up question.
Both. but she likes both in equal measure.
Nice.
But she can't see one without the other. If she sees the bar fight, she's going in. You get that kind of feel from her.
Feisty.
Like all the scars on her body shows she's going in.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
It's like when you go to a concert and there's a mosh pit. Like she's the kind of girl who's going in.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we don't have to carry that through. Just as long as I get some food and some sleep.
Yeah. Say another half a silver if you want, and you can have a room.
Sounds great.
Cool. Next day, everyone wakes up at Lante's. You're feeling surprisingly good, surprisingly awful, I imagine, in equal measure.
And I got the poops, probably.
A little bit, but you know, you're on your
A
boat.
lot of port.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're on your boat. You can just go. You know, over the
I'm
edge.
on my boat.
Over the edge. Galrock, where did you sleep? Did you sleep on the boat? Yeah, you slept in your captain's quarters. And Jeremiah, where'd you sleep?
Captain's quarters.
Jeremiah would have probably sought out accommodation in the town.
Okay. We'll say, I mean, you do another 2.5 silver or 1.5 silver because Frederick has paid an extra amount just to be left alone. So 1.5 silver, and you can get a meal and room.
Yeah.
Okay. On the next day, what's everyone's agenda here? What's the goals? What we're trying to do?
I assume we all meet up. Yes, maybe. Because Galrock has plans.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Well, I know Alantes is definitely with you. Jeremiah and
Right.
Frederick are probably close together, unless they went to different ends.
I'll meet up with them at the beginning of the day just to kind of establish.
All right.
Breakfast.
As well.
Cool. All right. We'll say you're all together, sharing a meal on the weathered sea snout.
All right, boys. So, I understand y'all were wanting to sell the ship. I got a better idea.
All
We
yours?
We wait here a week.
Collect the
We deal with some of the contacts I've made. Hire out a crew, ship them back and forth for the next week while we're looking for whatever his name was. And we make a nice fair bit of profit for our traveling expenses.
Wait, Galrock, wait, stop, wait. Who wanted to sell the boat?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Maybe one of those two, the little one.
me.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Fiddle. It wasn't. So I think it was Jeremiah who I heard the whispers of it.
Jeremiah, but we did discuss this. It's not so much that we need to sell it as that we can't do anything with it while we search for yours.
I knew it. It's mutiny, lads.
Nah, hear me out before you go on another bender. We hire us a small crew, give them 5 to 10% of any of the profits that we gain, and we make out like bandits on a 4 trip and a return trip.
Well, Galrock, I tell you this, I have no intention to bender, but I do like your plan regarding the ship.
We're gonna be here for a little while looking for this fella, so why not make the best of it?
Hey,
What do you say, Fiddle? What do you think? I know you like that nice shiny pack of gold I handed you.
Indeed.
There's
It's all the
alwa-
same to me if we make the money with the crew or we make the money by
Using
burning it.
A crew.
Insurance. Or
No
we could,
insurance on the boat.
we
I don't
could-
think that's invented yet.
we can invent it.
And then claim against our own?
Regardless, whichever money-making venture you prefer, Whether it's that or selling it or piecing it out and selling it to.
Well, you give me a day and I can have us a full shipment going back to where we were or where we came from.
Wonderful.
Along with the harbor master setting us up with a decent crew to get it to and fro.
Sounds wonderful.
And that'll take care of our minor ship issue.
Now, Jeremiah, what do you think?
What do you think? Huh?
Perfectly happy to be. What's it called? A silent partner. Well, maybe not silent, but an unknown partner in this ship's history.
Implicit.
Short version is I don't want my name
Accomplice.
associated, but I am more than happy to share in the profit.
Also a private investor.
Sure. A
Who makes
privateer investor, you
5%
might
less?
say.
So I guess we're all in agreement. Use the ship while we're searching, doing what we need to do here. Wait for them to return and reap the benefits.
Like the
Splendid.
sound of that.
Easy enough. We'll finish breakfast and I'll go start making contacts. He shovels his food down out the door in like 2 minutes.
I'm going to attempt to find. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to find a good rune crafter to upgrade our weapons, and once I do, I will let you guys know who I found, since I assume we don't want to be weaponless all at the same time. Jeremiah laughs at his own statement.
Montes looks at Jeremiah with the flattest gaze.
Well, anyway, also this. Okay, out of character. This electric thing, I just realized if we make it into a weapon, that's like a +8 equivalent. So I don't like. What options do we have for this? Are we just supposed to sell it, or do we have an option to actually do something with it for a weapon?
Where are you getting the +8 equivalent from?
Like a shocking weapon.
Shocking weapon's not necessarily +8. You can get shocking instead of like striking.
Oh, okay. So it'd just be like an electric flavored striking rune.
Yeah, basically. Assuming that's what happens when it.
Assuming it could happen that way, sure. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, so what I was going to say is we've got this thing. Did anybody else want to do anything with it, or are they okay with me trying to find a druid to make something of it?
I've already forgotten about it. My
Haven't the foggiest what you're talking about me, boy.
Jeremiah internally remembers when he was willing to gut a hapless bystander for it. It just shakes his head. Atlantis? It almost feels like it might be good for kobolds because he's all like animalistic and stuff. So maybe I'll just see if I can find a druid who could do something with it, and then we'll just kind of be aware that they can do something with it, and then maybe figure out what happens if that works. So anyway, Jeremiah is going to take silence as assent and go ahead and attempt to find a rune crafter to see if they can put runes on the weapons. Yeah. That's what he spends his day, the first part of his day doing.
Okay. You do find someone at a blacksmith shop, kind of in the back, kind of a side room, so like attached to the shop, but clearly not a blacksmith. And they're in there, kind of just doing some gentle chisel work on some pieces of armor. And
Jeremiah approaches and clears his throat and asks if waits for a clear moment where it doesn't appear that they're about to strike a rune into it.
Sure.
And asks if he's found the rune crafter he was referred to.
What, who do you think you were referred to?
What name was I referred to? I don't
You
know.
can make one up. This,
Blogglethorpe, I was kind of expecting a gnome with a name like that, but it surprises me to see a dwarf with a name like Blogglethorpe. But
yeah, well, you know.
but you are I was referred to Blogglethorpe as the finest rune crafter near the dock.
Yeah, that's me.
What I already have these runestones here. Pulls them out. What would you charge, and how long would it take to put these on a weapon?
Ooh, good looking runes. 10 gold a rune. Take a bet now.
Even though I already have the runes?
Oh, putting them in's the hardest part. One little scratch, poof, all done. No good.
Oh man.
Can
Can I roll perception to see if, or can I roll deception to see if he's lying to me? Because I can track lies with deception. Like to see if that's a reasonable price.
I guess that'd probably be like a society check. Like, what does it normally go for in society?
Yeah, so society would be like if I do some comparative shopping, would be a 13. Or if I'm just trying to read him, like if he's telling me the truth, that would be like
that'd be a perception.
Yeah, and I can do deception instead of perception because I have lie to me skill from my background as a gambler, which didn't help in this case, but because it was a natural one.
You kind of get the impression that from the amount of time it's going to take and the risk involved, it could be a fair price if he's trying to make a little bit of profit, which as a business owner kind of would be. So, I mean, you feel like it's probably a fair price.
Can I attempt to haggle him down to 19, see if he budges at all?
Sure.
With a diplomacy check? Or maybe not 19, but, well, I rolled a diplomacy 19.
Sure. What are you trying to haggle him down to?
I'm trying to see if he has any budge on the price at all, and if possible, 15 would be ideal, but that feels like a big reach.
Oh, that's tough. Tell you what, let's do 17. We could do 17. We can do it.
Shakes out his hand and sticks out his hand to shake on it.
Oh, never touch another man's hands, but I'll be here.
Bemused, Jeremiah drops it and sweeps off his hat and bows in apology.
Oh.
And gingerly lays the sword, presents the sword to him and asks for him to do it.
Oh, mighty fine sword, like in it. Yeah, we can put him on. It'll be about an hour.
Great. Is there a place to get a drink around here while you're doing that?
Whew. Depends on what you want. What are you
Brad
drinking?
leans in, so kind of almost conspiratorially is like, actually, really, maybe a little bit of gambling with the drink would be good.
Oh, gambling. You didn't take me as a gambling kind of type here. Nope. I'm not the gambler.
Jeremiah is crestfallen, but resolves to. He was gonna go find a tavern and try to gamble. So now he's just gonna be searching for a place to gamble in the vicinity for the next half hour or so. Does he find anything?
Give me.
Just using the seek skill.
I mean, you could just walk into a tavern and there's gonna be some people playing cards and stuff to pass time. So
Okay.
you can easily find something.
Jeremiah wants to do a little higher dollar gambling because he just spent 20 gold on something, 17 gold on something. So he wants to try to wager something like 2 gold. Is that something he can find a game for?
You're gonna get some suspicious looks.
They say that they don't play for that kind of money, and you're in the wrong kind of tavern for that.
He goes back to his default 5 silver.
You can get in for 5 silver.
Okay, 5 silver. He's got games lore, which is a 24 for whatever
Yeah.
game they're playing.
We'll say you triple your money. You're taking enough pots to come out triple your money.
I don't feel so bad about it. Jeremiah's feeling pretty good. He goes back to the place with the sword.
Ooh, it's done. We got her over here. She's up resting. She was a feisty one, but we got it on.
Jeremiah tips him 5 silver.
Oh, very generous. Thank you so much. Me father's father will be quite proud. Thank you. Send your friends me way.
Might there be a referral fee if I send friends your way?
Yeah, they can pay me for me time. That's the fee.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So anyway, Jeremiah goes back and points the other guys to what's his name, to Bloglethorpe, as a fine purveyor of runes and equipment.
I'll go to Bloglethorpe, but my intention is to sell both of my runes to him.
Oh.
Wait, because you got Malish sword.
Which one are you trying to sell to him?
Both of them.
Oh, buddy. You know I don't have them pulled up. Okay. Let me
So striking is sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Striking is 65 GP. So I guess if it was half of that,
Okay.
maybe. Potency is 35 GP.
Okay. Is that
I'm assuming these are +1. Right?
Yes. 40 gold. Hard coin in ye pocket.
Deal.
All right, hand you 40 gold. Takes your 2 runes.
Hey, man, he's a little cheap.
I've seen this
No,
guy somewhere before.
I don't know what they're worth.
It's
other
meta
than
knowledge.
what you just
Yeah,
said.
it's meta, but
I mean, in the past 2 days, I've made 60-something gold, so.
True.
yeah.
All right, Galrock's doing his thing. Atlantes, what are you up to?
Following Galrock,
Okay.
just on the off chance that he would need a handy dandy sailing lore expert during his negotiations. So
Okay. The two of you combined easily get everything done for the day. You get a solid crew. I imagine, Jeremiah, are you asking around for Sorgen again? Did you want to do a knowledge society check? See if you can.
Yeah. See if I can get a little bit more details. With an 18.
How many crew on that? About 10?
Yeah, about 10. I think 10's good. Sorgen, you don't come back with any additional information after that. You ask around, maybe while you're playing the games, and while you're traveling around talking to different merchants, you don't get any more information on him.
I heard there was one person who could beat me. Sorgen is his name. Have you heard of it?
No Sorgen comes to mind. Moving on, nothing else really exciting happens that day other than you guys get a crew set up. We can talk price maybe off air.
For the down trip, for the return trip and the trip down, the trip down and the return trip is 23 silver per crew.
Per crew member?
Per crew member. Depending on how much we make via both transactions, they will receive 2.8% of the profit. which will be at half, regardless.
Okay. Go ahead and deduct that, and then maybe like another 23 silver for like having the dock masters and stuff help you along the way.
Yep.
Little fee for them. Nothing else really happens that day. Do you guys want to skip resting?
I'll see my ship off, and then probably go find an ale.
Okay.
I'll go back to my same location and hopefully speak to the half-orc girl
Oh,
again.
she's there. She's there. Rocky, I'd like for you
No.
to pick an... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this time, because I've got a little better understanding of...
Oh.
She's a little rougher than I thought, so I'm not going to ask her sunrise, sunset questions. I'm going to ask her questions like, do you prefer earthquakes or volcanoes?
Oh.
Do you prefer beheadings or impalings?
I like
Answer carefully.
when the earth shakes and when you have a scar to remember the wound.
Well, baby.
Give me a... Rocky, give me a 1 to 4. Pick a number. 1 to 4. I think you're muted if you're saying something.
Yep, I was. I'm going to roll a 1d4. 2 is my number.
Okay. It's a rather pleasant evening. You have another great round of soup, I guess, is what you really ordered. And it's a rather uneventful night, but you have a great conversation with the half-orc.
Lovely.
Everyone else sleeps well. Spend the next day asking around for Sorgen. If you're okay with me, guys, skipping some time a little bit.
Yep.
Asking around for Sorgen, you visit the dwarf to get your runes attached. So anyone who pays to get the runes attached could do the same amount, 17 gold. Say, you're all part of the same group, keep the same price. So deduct that if you're having the runes attached to your weapons. And
Do I need them attached to my weapons?
we can discuss that between sessions because that is something I was wondering and need to figure out. So
I was like, that my weapon is.
yeah, I don't know. You and I can just we can figure that
That
out.
doesn't make sense, so let's not.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. I need to research more on that one. So, moving on. That night, as you guys are kind of walking to your inn, I think you're all together. You don't have a boat to go to anymore. Elantes, how are you feeling without the boat?
Boat. In what respects?
The weathered sea snout being gone.
To be honest, Montes is just kind of thinking. And so he's numb to just a lot of any kind of emotion or really critical thinking about anything, and maybe some of that is grief. Maybe some of that is confusion. So, kind of neither here nor there at the end of the day.
Okay. So you're kind of stumbling along with the group because you're drinking quite a significant amount.
Quite a bit, yeah.
As you guys, it's getting dark. A lot of people have gone inside. The city's dying down for the night. So it's in like third day. And as you're walking down one of the side streets that just take you to the tavern that you've been staying at, the Hunting Barrel, the place you've been frequenting, you hear a voice say, I hear you've been searching for me. And the voice comes from behind you.
Literally, that's Jeremiah's response.
I am the one they call Sorgen.
Right. What's who's her? I think it's Salia. No, that's not it. Sorry, I'm looking for the name of the lady.
The dwarf chick?
Not the dwarf. Diara. Diara referred us to you. Referred you to us. Apparently, we need your help. Some people may or may not be chasing us.
And she sent you to me? I find that hard to
Yes.
believe.
Because it's beneath your notice because you're too strong?
No. Just hard to believe that Diara would send anyone.
Oh, did you have a relationship in the past? Do tell.
We know each other.
Well, yes, we kind of assumed that when she gave us your name.
She sent you, huh?
Yes, she did.
You have any?
She didn't tell us much because there was a bit of battle going on at the time.
There was a battle going on. What kind of battle?
Well,
And she sent you to me.
usual kind.
That's right, I do have the name.
There was a battle, and she sent you to me.
Well, so there were some people with most blue, purple. There was a leader with a purple cloak. Most everyone else had, I think, I'm trying to remember the color. Pretend I remember the color of the cloaks.
Here. Throw this at him.
Okay. He catches the necklace and holds it up, and
Oh, yeah, that.
looks
There was
at
a
it.
necklace.
For everyone watching, this would be the necklace Diara gave Galrock. It's the two tusks crossed together. He looks at it and says, you really did talk to Diara, huh? She really did send you."
Yeah.
He
We even have the tattoos. Well, most of us.
He palms the necklace and sticks it into his pocket and kind of smiles. He's an older looking man. He's bald, wearing some. It looks like some leathers with a bit of loose clothing over it. So he's definitely ready for some type of interaction, of combat if you guys choose to do so. You can tell he's prepared for that, having come to you in the middle of an alley. He expected something. He says, "Diara may have trusted you, but that doesn't mean I do. She may think that you have what it takes to follow in our footsteps, so to speak."
But we just came from Vinthera. I don't think we're definitely not following your footsteps because we would be there.
Yeah, maybe not following footsteps, but find secrets that we have. For whatever reason, Diara thought you may have had it within you. That doesn't mean I trust you so easily.
Or
Do
if
you
if
know about
can't
the
tell-
Horn of the Deep?
I can't say it rings a bell. Doesn't mean I haven't.
No, it's
but,
a horn. It's a horn. Jeremiah's a little drunk. He's had a little bit of wine.
I don't trust you, but I'm intrigued.
Had a little bit of wine and a lot of bit of work.
Tell you what.
Not
There's a beast near the town of Lunara. It's a few days away, and they've been claiming some troubles with a beast that they call Redmane. So, slay Redmane, show me proof of that, and then we'll talk.
How will we?
How long has my
Where-
boat been out?
The boat's been out for like a day.
A day.
How far away?
Yeah, we got
is,
time.
Where's it's to the west? The town of Lunara is to the west, the east, north, south.
Be to the east, not too far. You could easily reach it a few days, or if you took a horse, even quicker.
I asked him to mark my.
Yeah, sure. He marks on your map. He says,
Well, I haven't killed anything in a couple days, so
you slay Redmane. Bring me its hide, and we'll talk. And with that,
That
he
just
just
shows you were good at killing things.
he just
Not that we
turns.
can be trusted.
Even as you're speaking, he just turns and walks away.
Well, that's rude.
yo. So where do you want us to meet you when we get this thing dead? Or are you just gonna show up in the middle of fucking nowhere again?
And he's gone.
Well, target to the wall. All right. Sleep.
And with that, we will end tonight's session. If everyone's okay with wrapping up here.
Works for me. I got a +1 striking rapier,
That's right, you do.
which I'm pretty excited to miss with.
We're not putting anything on the Eldritch weapon. Not screwing with that.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to say our farewells. You're all awesome. Hit us on the medias of whatnot. Anybody want to say some goodbyes before we go?
So long, farewell.
Avita, say goodbye.
There we go.
You hear that?
Shoot me.
Our country band's already forming. You hear that?
Our German country.
There it is. Bye, everyone. See you next session.
Have a good one.